I think that's alright. I think we'll go with that. So, I thought, and I don't know, again, I don't really tend to do these as much as I'd maybe like, but I thought I'm going to maybe do a bit of a let's play for Trek of Yomi, which is a new sort of, I guess Game Pass game. It's just sort of been released. Apparently, someone said to me it's got glitches, so I'll see if the glitches make it unplayable. I might come back to it when it is playable. But I have a bit of time spare this evening, so I thought I might just start to try and do a bit of a let's play series for the game. And it is a subject, you know, Japan, that I'm very interested about. So I'm sort of interested to play through it and maybe share some of my knowledge as I go. I just thought it, you know, I thought, and it is something. I think it's quite hard nowadays to do let's plays, and you know, for them to get lots of views. But I might try and do this on Twitch, and try and put it on my YouTube. And I don't expect to get loads of views, but I think it's worth giving it a go. And it's not really about the views anyway. I do kind of just want to play the game anyway. These are some of the controls. It's sort of a quirky sort of a fighter type game with some story, hopefully. But I think let's go into it. New game. I think I'm gonna do. I mean, I could do Bushido, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna do the easiest one because I'm personally playing it more for the story. Again, maybe I'll come back to it later. I mean, if it's too easy, I'll probably raise it up if I can. But I think for now, we'll do Kabuki. Excuse me, despite my love of all things Japanese, please excuse my pronunciation, because I will butcher I will butcher a lot of the Japanese quite often. I think this will be a bit of a test run in a way, because I'm still not, I can't be 100% sure about the audio unless I play it back to myself later. But I'm interested to play this game. I think the title interests me, Trek to Yomi. Yomi is sort of a Japanese underworld, so I'm kind of interested to see how that plays into it really, and a lot of sort of, I'm interested to see if there's any sort of mythological elements, or if it is just sort of, you know, historic samurai. But I think we might see some sort of fantastical elements in. But it's waiting it for to load. I think there is a cutscene, so I'll shut up for the cutscene, I think.
真の調和を保つ者は幾年もの先を見抜くことができるというが、すべての調和を乱し者は一寸先をも見抜くことができぬ。一歩一歩進むのだ。気を抜くでない。一寸先を感じ取り、己が選ぶべき道を知れ。息を満たし放つのだ。己が心を開け。邪念を鎮めるのだ、弘樹。侍ならば心得よ。
幾度も同じことを繰り返しております。先生、何故にこうもせねばなりませぬか。
侍とはいつまでも型を極めようとするもの。さあ、邪念を鎮めよ。息を満たし止めよ。向かい合いし者の意図を汲み取るのだ。気を散らせば死を見るぞ。今一度初めからだ。
はい、先生。
手ほどきするは学ぶこと。故に今日は我が先を行こう。間合いを開けよ。しかと見よ。己が身につけし技を見せてみよ、弘樹。
So this is a tutorial, which is actually quite useful, because I'm not very good at fighting games. I've tried to play a few of them in the past, but I've never been that brilliant. So XX to combat. Let's do that again for the repetition. That's sort of just a downward slash. And then, is it up with a D-pad? I think it is, isn't it? So up. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even mean to see this. So there's a journal and there's a skill tree. That's actually very interesting. So we've got the katana to represent the offensive skills. I think kabuto. I think the helmet is called a kabuto, but I could be wrong about that. But that's for defensive skills, and a shuriken for some other skills. Although that's still combat, so. And then artifacts as well. Interesting. Alright, let's try and do that properly. So isn't that... Oh, maybe it's just up with a... It can't be up with a D-pad, because up with a D-pad goes there. Well, we'll see. Okay, I've done that. What was that then? So, up. Yeah, so that's a little bit different. That's sort of a... Yeah, I don't know what you'd call it, actually. Down. That's a downward slash. That's like a side slash. Again, that's quicker, that is. Alright, heavy attack. And rotation. Okay, so that turns around. very, very rude, especially for the Japanese. Their politeness.
守りを固めるのだ。防げ、ヒロキ。防ぐのだ。相手の気力がそがれるのを待つは愚か者のすることぞ。風のように動け。さすれば刀にとらわれることはあるまい。
Oh, come on, parry. That's it. Take that, old man. Take that, sensei.
今日はここまでだ。明日は。三十郎様、三十郎様、一大事でございまする。ヒロキ、ここにおれ。
されど。
修行を忘れるでないぞ。己が死に従うのだ。常にな。ヒロキ、無事でおれ。
Love that music in the background.
愛子殿、我々はどういたせばよいでしょうか。
父上があれほど案ずるとは気がかりでなりません。何があったのか明らかにせねば。
されど先生は。
これはお稽古よりも大事でございます。参りましょう。
Well, that's nice. This is what I do. This game does seem like it's a very sort of beautiful game, really, and with the camera shots in particular. When I played, well, I say when I played, when I watched the sort of gameplay trailer they had, you saw that a lot there, really. I mean, this is brilliant. Really. Speed up a bit.
こちらへ。
先生はいかなる時も稽古を立つことはありませんでした。何か気を悪くされたのでしょうか。
何をおっしゃいます、ヒロキ殿。あなた様は父の自慢の弟子でございます。
I love that though, just sort of old school, traditional Japanese building.
何年言ったらわかるんだい。これは売り物じゃねえ。米、引き立てだよ。
ヒロキ殿、愛子様へ一つ手土産でもいかがかな。
サバ、アサリ、鈴木。
この老いぼれの荷車を動かすのをお手伝いいただけませぬか。三十郎様がかけてきたのに仰天してしまい、溝にはまってしまいまして。
Can I help him or can I not? I don't know. I can. I think I have to do that, John.
承知いたしました。先生はどこへ向かわれたかご存知でしょうか。
かたじけのうございます。三十郎様はものすごい速さで上に上がっていかれました。門の外で何かあるようでございますな。かたじけのうございます。
So that is not so. Master Sanjuro, it's not his father, but her father. Ah, so we learn these as well. There's no skill points, so that's fine though. Oh, Izanagi. Interesting. That's really interesting. I'm quite happy they got that in early on. So Izanagi had to sort of escape Yomi. I won't go into details because it might be mentioned later on, but Izanagi was one of the sort of creator gods. It was Izanagi and Izanami who sort of created Japan as it is sort of currently in the mythology. And Izanagi had to escape Yomi, land of the dead, as it says there, the underworld, and to sort of stop his pursuers from getting to it. I can't remember who the pursuers were. I think they were just sort of old hags or something like that. But he rolled a boulder in front of the sort of gateway to prevent them from following him. So I'm quite happy they got that in early on. Interesting, that's good. And it was also interesting just to see the last sentence there. Yet is that dark world where my lost parents now dwell. So that is probably, that gives a hint to what I presume the story will probably be about. I hope Yomi is in the game. I think it probably has to be because of the name of the game, Trek to Yomi. So that's probably where the main character's parents are, and that's got to get them out. But that'll be really cool. I'd love to see a sort of artistic rendering of Yomi, really, in a game. I think that'd be really interesting to see for me, and hopefully you guys as well. Let's move out of the bar. We've not got any sake though. We're a bit underage for that, but.
通ればことになるやもしれませんが、
されどお咎めになる先生もここにはおりません。
それほど厳しい父ではありません。
I mean, this is a lovely shot as well.
ここを通ってきたはず。
I think I'll just walk because I do kind of want to just enjoy the game really. I've not watched it fully, but it does, because it's like grayscale, it does sort of remind me of the Seven Samurai, which is a classic.
何も取ってはおりません。拙者どもはただ。
さっさと出て行け。ごシャン様に言いつけるぞ。
取れたての梅、今が売れ時じゃ。
Yeah, it does remind me of Seven Samurai, which is a classic sort of Japanese film by, I think it was Kurosawa, but Seven Samurais inspired various other films. Basically just 7 samurai defend a village against bandits. And just that's in grey scale because it's an old film, but it gives me that sort of vibe. Really.
一問も持ち合わせておらぬ。
こりゃ参ったな。よし、持っていきな。銭はいらねえよ。
かたじけない。明日また買いに戻りまする。必ずや。
I've got a feeling that won't be possible. Buying more tomorrow. Kai Arase. I don't even know if that's the correct pronunciation. Probably isn't. I think Kai is probably right, but Kai Arase shell. A piece from the shell matching game. If a Kai Arase set was part of the wedding ceremony, then my parents were surely of high standing. There's a couple painted on. I wonder if this represents my parents. What is it that keeps them apart? Oh, for the matching piece. So that seems, I think, yeah, that's another reference to parents. So again, that's probably what the goal of the game's going to be. But I don't really get that because, like, I mean, that's a bit. I mean, he had, what did the merchant gave him? It's like something random. So he's drawing connections from it. A bit too much. I think we might have to go out the other way. I mean, really, I really need to play Shrine. I really need to play Ghost of Tsukushima at some point because I've not actually played it yet, and I've sort of stopped myself from playing, from watching gameplay of it because I want to play it for myself at some point, but I need to buy a PlayStation to do that. So I might get a PlayStation in the summer, though, for that. Oh, this is it here.
IzanagiがIzanamiを追いかけたようによ。粋なこと言うじゃねえか。ところがあいつはIzanagiさえも女房の醜く変わり果てた姿を見て逃げ出したって言いやがった。まあ、それも間違っちゃいねえな。そんでオイラもどうせ同じだと言うのさ。まあ、うまくいかねえこともあるさ。
So to explain that a little bit, so Izanami was the sort of sister of Izanagi, and just like Greek mythology, there's a bit of incest involved, but they looked upon it differently back then, and brothers and sisters don't really matter in mythology in a way, it's just, you know, not really relevant. But Izanami and Izanagi sort of got together. They were the, I guess, the parents in 21st century terms to various other Japanese mythological gods that followed. But Izanami got stuck in Yomi. I can't actually remember why. But Izanagi had to go, and Izanagi went into Yomi to rescue her. But I think Izanami ate something from the underworld. And if anyone knows Greek mythology, I think that also happened to, I can't remember which one, but one of the Greek gods ate something from the underworld, and once you eat something from the underworld, you can't really leave. And Izanagi did find Izanami, but when Izanagi found Izanami, her face was sort of all maggoty, disgusting, and a bit, well, in a bit of a scumbag move, maybe. Depends what your morals are, but Izanagi didn't like the look of Izanami, basically, and just got out of there, I guess, raced out of there, and that caused the, you know, I think it was hags, I can't quite remember, but the hags to chase him out, and that's why he closed the exit with a boulder. And I think that is pretty much correct, from my understanding and knowledge of that particular little story from not Greek mythology, Japanese mythology. But I like that, from my perspective, I love that they had that bit of dialogue in there, because it also explained the collectible rather nicely. Oh,
いなくなることはございません。
And if you just saw the subtitles, Vikami, I think it was Vikami, do not smile on me. So the Kami basically is God, although there's a little bit of contention about that, because I think to a degree Kami are kind of just nature spirits, but if we talk about the Kami, Izanagi was a Kami, Izanami was a Kami as well, so it's kind of God, but there's Kami means God, but there's also kind of more connotations around that, so it's a bit more of a larger term than just God. But yeah, look it up on Wikipedia if you like, because that's where I've got most of my stuff from as well. But sort of God, nature, spirit is, I think, sort of what Kami is, and Kami and all the sort of Japanese mythology, Izanami, Izanagi from this game will probably be Shinto, from the Shinto faith, which was sort of popular in Japan at this time, up until I think Buddhism came in. Can't remember when Buddhism came in, but Shintoism was sort of, I think it was the first sort of big faith, really, and that's where a lot of the mythological stuff stems from. In terms of the stuff that's more sort of, I guess, relevant or well known to me, at least.
ただ口惜しいだけで。
拙者は三十郎様を見つけなければなりませぬが、戻った際に必ず手助けを。
ありがてえが、なんとかするさ。足が手を貸しますんで、ご客人の世話が済んだらすぐそっちに向かいます。ありがてえ、ありがてえ。
I don't know if did he ask me to do something? I'm not sure. That's the proper pause. But I mean, I'm basically trying to write a book at the moment on Japanese mythology, all with Japanese mythology in mind. So I do like to think I do actually know my Japanese mythology quite well. Let's move on underneath the gate. Tori, I think it'll be the Tori. I think that's a Tori. Well, actually, no, it's just a gate, I think. Let's try not to be too clever. I need to try not to be too clever, because I can make myself look stupid. Sprint. Right, let's... Yeah.
いかにも先生がいらっしゃるところに違いありません。
Looks like we're close to the gate. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. So it is bandits. The dialogue clued us into that as well.
それがゆえに父上はあれほど急いで。
拙者から離れませぬよ。先生を見つけねば。
Oh, this is great. This game is great in terms of just seeing the town layout and just seeing the architecture is brilliant for me. Why don't we just close the gate, guys? That would have prevented this. Don't worry, me and this girl will save the day.
いけません。危のうございます。
核のごとき輩など知りも及ばぬこの村のすべての小道を存じています。
どうか人目のつかぬところへ。あなた様に何かあれば先生に合わす顔がございませぬ。そして拙者は
ヒロキ殿、お行きくだされ。案ずることはございません。
Alright, let's go. Where are the bandits? There's a shrine here. How can we save progress? I'm trying to think how long I've been on the stream for. Probably about half an hour. I'll probably just do this part and then I'll probably call it for tonight. But I think I want to do this. Kill some bandits.
Kozo, いかにしてわしを止める気だ。
拙者は侍じゃ。
Don't mess with the samurai asshole. Take that. Parry, 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 parry. You want some? Oh yes. Let's go. Blood on the sword now. That was a bit cowardly, considering he's a samurai sensei, just running away. Oh yes. Oh, there's one in here. You want some, do you? Where'd that one go? Oh, around there. Is he a bandit or is he just... No, I don't think he is. He's not trying to kill me, is he? Fried field mouse sculpture. So the symbol of I don't know if I'll be able to pronounce that. Okanishi. First rule of the living world and kami of love and marriage. I would have to look him up. It was the humble mouse that found him shelter as he endured the deadly trials of Susanoo, seeking to wed the Storm Lord's daughter, Cicera. As I said, as much as I love Japan, I cannot pronounce some of this. I need to actually start learning Japanese at some point soon. Hopefully, by summer at the latest. That's interesting. That's what I'm enjoying about this, is just seeing the different perspective on the mythology. In Susanoo, you can spell that name in so many different ways, and they've just gone for the sort of shortened Susan and then an O, which is interesting. Susanoo is very interesting. Susanoo is one of the main ones in a way as well. He's very interesting. Right, back to it. Maybe they must... I thought those were collectibles for like the entire story, but it must just be for this like mission, because we've got 3 already. So, but I'm loving the collectibles, because as they should, they're adding just an extra layer to the game. Which is cool. Oh, that was a bad one. Mistimed that, but did not mistime the counter. Oh shit, that's bad. Yes, that was better. Maybe I should go on the offensive more, but I think it's easier to parry and block. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Yeah, I think it's easier to parry, and then you get in with the second strike. So, because if you parry, they're a bit more off balance. Excellent. Right. Is he gonna... No. It was collectible? Oh, no, health amount increase. That's good. Save again. Off we go.
この向こう水なもののふは誰だ
して手玉の拙者は侍じゃ
ああ、そうかい
先生からしかと手ほどきを受けたのだ迎え撃つ備えはできておる
武器を置いて逃げるんだな小僧
逃げはせるこれは拙者の近いし務めじゃ
ならば読みへ行け愚かなわっぱが
逃げるなら今のうちじゃ
Oh, who's going to Yomi now? That was, to be honest, maybe the difficulty's too low. That was too easy. Oh, see, I think I might always... So, rotation. Oh. Well, how do I... What was rotation? Was it A? I thought it was A. Health and stamina. I think that's rotation attack. Oh, it is, yeah. Yeah, I get that, okay. I get that. Oh, who's this guy? Are you waiting for me, are you, in the foreground of the camera shot? He's backed off though, isn't he? But I love that. I mean, that's one thing they're really using well in this game, is just the camera. And to be honest, I don't think I've really played many games that have used the camera like this. It's very cinematic. Oh, I got the shot in first there. Want some, do ya?
あなた様は守り神様の化身か何かでございますか。かたじけないヒロキ様。三十郎様をお探しなら先刻この前を駆け抜けていきなされました。
誰もおらん。行くぞ。酒を飲みながら銭を勘定する頃じゃ。うせこしめはな。
Three of them. This is gonna be tricky. All right, let's back off a bit. Oh yes, take that rotation. Oh wow, that's just. I mean, this game really is quite beautiful.
多くの命が奴らの手にかけられておる。先生がとどめてくださることを願う。拙者をお供させていただければいい。愛子殿が無事であればよいが。
Oh wait, this must be back to the village, is it? I don't know how big it was. Is there? Oh, there is something over there. Kakute. The death ring is a cruel and unusual weapon indeed. Pity the man caught unaware by it, for its hidden spike can disable or even blind even the strongest foe. I remember, so how I've forgotten how to do the. Oh, I forgot about the heavy attack. Okay. So up, light overhead attack, light down attack. Would the Shogun bother? I don't think he would with just the village. Again, for anyone who doesn't know, the Shogun, basically the, I guess, ruler of Japan, sort of basically a warlord. Were we meant to do that, or did I just do that for the sake of it? Oh, we... Okay. Oh, maybe... Oh, okay. Okay. So I think if I had been clever, I could have gone this way as a shortcut. And then destroyed the crane to drop that stack of logs on the enemy. Presumably. Like all middle-aged sort of places. They need logs. Where are the logs? Oh, I need to go there. Yeah, like all middle-aged places in the world, the peasants did get really taken advantage of. And they were treated like trash, even by the samurai. The samurai are very sort of romantically portrayed, kind of like knights to some degree. Because the samurai, I think, were quite horrible to the peasants. But in this game, like, the protagonist, you know, viewed as being quite heroic. When in reality, they probably weren't so much, really. But that's Hollywood for you. And I do like the idea of a samurai being honourable. I'm sure some of them were, but the vast majority didn't really give much of a hoot, I guess, about the peasant class. Which was a normal thing anyway in any sort of middle-aged culture, you know, England. My own sort of culture history. Leave her alone, you dick. Are you alright, madam? Or as well as can be, I guess, to be honest. Gonna bow shuriken. Right, onwards. Horse over there. Leave the horse alone, please. Whatever we do. Ah, miscued that. Everybody okay here? Let's move on. I think I need to search the fields, but okay, let's go this way. No, just leave the horses alone. We don't want any animals to be died during the playthrough of this film. Well, playthrough of this video, yeah.
手柄のために命を投げ捨ててはいけませぬ。拙者は死を恐れませぬ。先生の助太刀をすれば。
Again, though, just that camera shot. I mean, they're just. I think this game really just has used like the camera positioning so well, and it's good because it's just the camera's never really in the same position, so it's just constantly. It's very good visually, really. It's unpredictable. It keeps you guessing, keeps you engaged.
刀か。年派もいかぬ小僧の手に、我が折より幼し。我が我が父を討ち取りし時よりも。参れ、刀さばきを見せてみよう。さあ、参れ。わっぱを切ろうとは武士の風上にも置けぬ。武士の誇りなど弱く恐れる者どもの大義名分。何も知らぬ賊め。恐れをなして逃げ出すなら今ぞ。恐れの主とは我のことよ。じじい。
Yeah, I thought so.
ヒロキ、皆がお主を頼っておる。皆を守るとちぎりを交わせ。
かしこまりました。
たとえお主の命が尽き果てようとも。
承知。
That's a Tory game.
よし、愛子を頼んだぞ。
先生の名を汚すようなことはしません。
この妖術使いのごとし武将、まだどのようなものかわからぬ。そしていかにあのような軍勢を集めたかも明白なるは、残忍で容赦なき悪であるということ。奴の手下は山から影のように密かに現れ、二つの村があったところには血と灰だけが残りました。大官所の助けは間に合いませぬ。奴が上川村を取れば川を渡り、次はこの村。
我が村よりもまず上川村の者どもを救わねばならん。
まことにその通りでございます。あの村の定めは我が村の定めも同じ。上川村の方たちにすぐに知らせ、我が村へ迎え入れましょう。その上で橋を落とし、奴らが川を渡れぬように。もし我らが
戦議の中、失礼いたします。されど何者かが門にて助けを求めておりまする。
入れてやれ。
鬼じゃ、奴らは鬼じゃ。
いずこのお方か。何者にやられたのです。教えてくださる。
亡者の目をした者たちがいずこからか急に現れ、奴らの大将はただただ見届けておった。奴らが、わしは上川村の者だ。何人かで林の中に逃げたが、鬼どもが追ってきよった。わしの家の者は。
お悔やみ申します。誰か茶と米をこのお方に。
今すぐに奴らを撃たねば。あの村の定めは我が村の定め。
お行きくだされ。敵は姿を現しました。私は守りに備えます。ご武運をお祈りいたします、あなた様。
先生の名を汚すようなことはしませぬ。
Interesting. I think I'll leave it there. But very interesting. I've enjoyed this actually. I do kind of want to play more, but I kind of want to pace myself, and I did want to go on another game tonight. So, but very good actually. I've enjoyed it. Although, you know, I should enjoy it because it's sort of my area of interest. But it's hit all the right buttons so far. I do like the sort of references to the mythology and the kami. It does seem very sort of, there does seem to be that strong link to mythology, and I think they definitely seem to have drawn upon it, and I think as the game progresses we'll see even more sort of links to the mythology, and that is fantastic.
上川村の者どもでございます。
では奴の手下どもはすでに川を渡っておる。一刻の猶予もないぞ。森光殿、 いざ参る。
Well, that escalated quickly. Yeah, I think it should have auto-saved, so I think I'm just going to leave it there. But I have enjoyed it. I've got no complaints. I've found it very interesting so far, and I liked the cutscene at the end of the prologue. That was really quite nice, and then the sort of introductory cutscene with, was it Akio? I don't even know if that's pronounced Akio. I think, well, that's my best shot at the pronunciation. Her being quite a strong female character at first sort of took me a little bit by surprise when she was younger, but we do know from history, anyway, there were situations where the lady of the house, in her case, would sort of step up and I think there were some female samurai. I think they were called Honor Bugeisha or something like that. Again, my pronunciation's not brilliant, but there were some sort of female samurai, and like in all cultures, obviously it is a male-dominated society 500 odd years ago, and you know, before that and whatever. But it's good to see, I think, a strong female character, and I was liking that as well, particularly back in the sort of, I was going to say modern, but the present timeline as well. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I will say thank you for watching. I think I'll put these up on my YouTube, to be honest. I don't think I'll get many views, but I think it'll be nice to actually have a Let's Play on there for people to watch, as well as here on Twitch. So thank you for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, take care, and goodbye for now.